That the Illinois Supreme Court will hear this matter and appoint Lieutenant Governor Quinn as the acting governor.
Illinois Attorney General Lisa Madigan is asking the state's highest court to remove Governor Blagojevich from office. Also this morning, the governor met with several local ministers before then heading to his office in the Thompson Center. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Now, this is the first time in Illinois history that such an action has been taken.
Madigan filed a motion with the Illinois Supreme Court asking the court for a temporary restraining order that would stop Blagojevich from serving as governor. ABC
7 political reporter Andy Shaw joins us with more about this historic as well as unprecedented move. Andy.
Linda and Alan, the document that Attorney General Lisa Madigan filed today has a remarkably simple but ultimately momentous title, The People of the State of Illinois versus Rod Blagojevich, which means that Madigan is asking the Illinois Supreme Court to take an unprecedented step in removing a sitting governor temporarily, not because he is incapacitated, but because he is allegedly too corrupt to run the state. Madigan is calling it an extraordinary request under extraordinary circumstances, which, if successful, would allow Lieutenant Governor Pat Quinn to run the state until the fate of Blagojevich is determined by the legislature, the courts, or his own resignation.
In light of his arrest and the filing of the criminal complaint, Governor Blagojevich can no longer fulfill his official duties with any legitimacy. In the interim, state government is paralyzed by a governor who is incapable of governing.
The Illinois Attorney General is filing a document that her office believes is unprecedented in the annals of American politics, because Governor Rod Blagojevich isn't medically incapacitated, but he is, according to Madigan, so drenched in corruption he can't be trusted to handle any state business, including contracts, financial disbursements, and, of course, the filling of Barack Obama's Senate seat.
I recognize that this is an extraordinary request, but these are extraordinary circumstances.
Madigan is asking the Illinois Supreme Court to remove Blagojevich temporarily, with or without pay, which would empower Lieutenant Governor Pat Quinn to run the state, while the General Assembly is deciding whether to fill the Obama Senate seat by appointment or special election, and whether to impeach Blagojevich if he hasn't resigned by then. One of the state's most respected lawyers, Abner Mikva, calls it the perfect bridge between today's uncertainty and an eventual certainty imposed by the legislature.
It is very difficult if there's nobody in charge of contracts, if there's nobody in charge of the state apparatus to run the business of the state. I think this is the least invasive way of solving the immediate problem.
The Republican leader of the Illinois House says the Madigan plan is fine if it works.
The bottom line is I think most people are okay with whatever track works to have him removed. I think the one track that brings finality to the whole situation is the impeachment process. We think we ought to start on that on Monday.
Well, the legislature is, in fact, meeting in Springfield next week to consider an impeachment resolution and a call to fill Obama's U.S. Senate seat by special election. As for the Illinois Supreme Court, there is no reaction so far this afternoon to the Madigan filing, and we probably won't hear anything until next week. We're also waiting for something from the governor's office, but nothing from them so far. I should point out that Ms. Madigan wants the court to act within 5 to 10 days, but this is totally uncharted water. The most compelling reason, a $1.4 billion bond issue for Medicaid reimbursement. Nobody is willing to underwrite that at this point with so much uncertainty. That could be the strongest argument for action soon. And, of course, the rumors have been swirling all day that the governor was planning to resign today, tomorrow, but nothing official on that front.
And even if the Supreme Court were to act and agree with the Attorney General in this case and suspend the governor's right to govern, we don't know if he'd be paid or not, right?
We don't know if he'd be paid or not paid, and we don't know how long it would be. But the logical length of this sort of a temporary solution would be until the legislature impeaches him, or he is convicted in a court, or he resigns. This is what I'm calling the bridge to somewhere.
Okay. All right, Andy.